Greetings! This will be an elementary video that describes the fundamental aspects of KubeRocketCI, namely navigation. It will cover the most frequently asked questions that users ask when opening the KubeRocketCI portal for the first time. We will look at the process of logging into the KubeRocketCI portal, its settings and functional sections. So the first thing you see that when you open the portal is apparently the login screen. Here it is. As you can see, there are two options for logging in. The first one, which is Sign In button, uses the single sign-on method. KubeRocketCI supports Keycloak integration. Once clicked, you get redirected to the Keycloak login page. Once logged in, the portal overview page will be opened. The second option is using a token. This approach implies creating a service account and generating an access token for it to open the portal. You can click the reference to open the instructions on how to log in using a token. Since we have Keycloak configured, we will click the Sign In button. Okay, great, we got into the portal. It is now time to make sure the portal observes the exact namespaces we need. In the top right corner of the screen, click the vertical ellipsis and then your account name to open the account settings. In the account settings window, you will see 4 tabs. The first one is Cluster. It defines resource visibility through the portal. Default namespace is the namespace where new resources are created. There can be only one default namespace at a time. Allowed namespaces are the namespaces whose resources you can access and manage. Keep in mind that the portal doesn't grant you additional permissions beyond what your user already has. If your user doesn't have permission to access resources in a certain namespace, setting allowed namespaces won't help you bypass these limitations. At the very first login, the platform automatically sets both default and allowed namespaces. It puts the namespace where the KubeRocketCI is deployed. But if the platform can't get the deployment namespace for some reason, it tries to pull this information from Keycloak user attributes if Keycloak integration is configured. If neither deployment namespace nor Keycloak attributes are available, you will need to set these namespaces manually. The general settings allow you to configure general appearance, such as table pagination or time zones. In the user info, you can see the data pulled from Keycloak, such as profile picture, Keycloak rel, and groups you are a member of. In the kubeconfig tab, you can view the current kubeconfig file and its expiry time. Additionally, you can also copy or download this kubeconfig file to use it locally. Apart from the portal settings, there are other useful options. In the community button, you can open product documentation, create a new topic or issue on GitHub. You can also open the chat assistant button if such integration is configured. Now let's have a quick look at the portal sections. In the overview section, you can see the KubeRocketCI resource status widgets. Here you can also see the clickable quick links for quick access to integrated tools. In the pipeline section, you can see historical representation of all the recent pipeline runs. You can also view all available Tekton pipelines and tasks, view their structure and edit them. Pipeline run history is stored for a limited time, which is 1 day. If you want to have a more persistent history, you can view history stored in third-party tools if configured. In the Marketplace section, you can view the predefined application templates, which you can use for quick application scaffolding. Once the scaffolded application is created, it will appear in the Components list. In the Components section, you can view all the codebases created in the observed namespaces. Codebases can be applications, libraries, autotests, and infrastructure as code templates. Here you can manage codebases and trigger build and review pipelines. In the Deployment Flows section, you can create isolated environments for your applications and deploy them. The Configuration section serves as a singular place for third-party tool integration. Here you can add both necessary integrations, such as Git server and GitOps repository, and optional ones. All of these sections are KubeRocketCI related. There is also an option to view cluster resources via the portal. To view cluster resources, switch to the Kubernetes mode. To put it simply, this mode is basically a user interface that allows you to manage Kubernetes resources visually instead of running kubectl commands. Here you can see common Kubernetes resources, such as pods, deployments, config maps, etc. This mode will also come in handy if you need to put a protection label, add another cluster for remote cluster deployment, or manage custom resources such as capsule or SonarKube configurations. Regarding custom resources, you can create them using the Create a Resource button. It opens the Create a Resource window where you can put your YAML configuration. In essence, the Kubernetes mode is a UI alternative for creating resources instead of using kubectl apply command in the terminal. These were all the main functionalities of KubeRocketCI. The portal was designed based on user experience and feedback. Our team is continuously updating and adding new features to make the interface even better. As the next step, you can watch our videos about Git servers, codebases, and pipelines. That's it for today. Thank you for watching.